Bitcoin has given us a death cross between the weekly 50 MA and the daily 200 MA, which back in 2022 led to a 40% crash. But will the same happen again? This is Bitcoin daily zoomed out view, and this chart is very good at assessing where the bear market may end, when the new bull market may start, as it's been very good at predicting this, of course, in the past. This is the 2021 bull market. We had two peaks. This was November 2021. We come back down, we lose the 50, we lose the 3-day 200 MA, and then, of course, the bear market takes hold, and we have all of this price action, which heads all the way down from the top of around 69k all the way down to 15k, and then the bull market resumes. But of course, we don't get all of those signals straight away. When we're here, we don't know that a fresh bull market is beginning and the bear market is over. But once we start taking back these moving averages, here we go. We essentially come to the top of the range here of the bear market. We break above the 50, then we break above the 3-day 200 MA, and then we get the golden cross, and then up we go. Bull market resumes. Now we're quite a way away from being able to have that golden cross, because guess what? We've just had the death cross, and this death cross occurred in pretty much the same sort of time back in the previous bear market, July 2022. It's June now, of course. And what did that mean for Bitcoin? Well, at the price point which Bitcoin was at in July 2022, when we had this death cross, it then came down a further 35 to 40% before bottoming in, and then it started to attack these moving averages lost, and then eventually we got the golden cross just over a year later as the bull run started to really pick up. This is almost exactly when the ETF of Bitcoin was taking hold, and then look at all this upside. So where are we now? Well, here we are. We've got a death cross again. So what does that mean? Well, if history repeats, if we have a 30 to 40% retrace from current levels, well, that takes us down to around 39k. Now, I don't think we're going to go down that low. It is possible, but it highlights how 49k, which is an area which I am closely watching, is very relevant for a potential reversal here, because historical precedent clearly unlocks this area, and it shows what we can expect potentially before we start to move around. Now, obviously things have changed a lot, and things could go a little bit crazy. Bitcoin could have a very quick recovery, but until we see a move really above, this area here, above this previous swing high, getting above resistance of around 81k, 82, 83k, then we're coming down. But these signals are how we can time our entrances, not just for Bitcoin, but also for the altcoin market. So you may look at Litecoin as an example, and you may think, well, it's pretty oversold. It's at support. This looks like it might be the bottom. But then you look at Bitcoin and you recognize, no, Bitcoin's got potentially more room to come down, and therefore you look at your Litecoin position as a little bit tentative, because of course if Bitcoin comes down, it's going to pull Litecoin down, as an example. So this is what we need to see. We need to see Bitcoin bottoming, and then the rest of the market will begin to bottom, right? And then it's just a case of macroeconomic conditions, how well the altcoins respond to any bullish recovery from Bitcoin. So that's the situation. But this highlights that any narrative about bullish continuation is very premature, as ultimately we've got all of this area to try and form a base from, and even though it's possible to form it from this current area, right now, lower low, struggling to get above resistance, bearish retest, and a death cross with these high time frame moving averages, and that only equals one thing: continued bearish conditions until we see something different. That's Bitcoin.